My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. Robot Arena. Look, I don't want to just continue the episode with a bunch of robo-phrase there. There's a weird set of the mirrors, right? We've already seen what happens when we check our own optics. If this label is to be believed, this is a crate of arcane hot plates. Ask Rufus if you can have one. Can I have one of these hot plates?
Sure, I've got plenty, and having access to that level of technology will increase the odds that you help surviving me. Or you'll survive helping me, rather.
That's very kind of you. You grab one of the hot plates before he does some more math and changes his mind.
You got an item, arcane hot plate.
Excellent. Let's ask about the scientific vessel, right? Because we do need a vessel of some kind, if I recall. What's this?
A dewar?
What's a dewar?
A container for fluids.
What kind of fluids?
Usually valuable scientific substances, not that one though.
What's in this one?
Essence.
Oh, can I have it?
If you want, sure.
Grab it. You carefully pack up the dewar for transport back to the Noblesse Oblige. You got an item container of absinthe. It's gonna be half empty on the way home, right? You're not sure if the point of the dewar is to keep dangerous intruders out, or to keep the dangerous absinthe in. Don't worry, I'll get the proper alchemical tools and I'll drop it across a sugar cube and all of that nonsense if I have to. Rufus, what happened to your sibling?
They left home when I was 14 and headed north. Well, we called it west back then. They spearheaded the expedition and pushed the Transcontinental Railroad all the way to Frisco.
If I recall, so thank you by the way to a couple of the comments that mentioned that the person that Rufus is referring to here is one of the characters that is referred to in West of Loathing as well. Unfortunately, I don't really remember that much of West of Loathing. It was years ago. So thank you to those of you who reminded me, otherwise I would have missed that.
Wow. Yeah, they were kind of famous there for a while. I used to get postcards from them all the time, but then one day, poof, just vanished off the face of the earth. I talked to all their friends from back then, but nobody knows where they went. My only guess is they happened to decide to keep heading north and hopped a ship. I couldn't get any passenger records dating back that far though, so that was pretty much as far as it leads.
That's too bad. This is normal stuff. Makes sense. Just wanted to see if there was any new inspection of those that was available to us, as there was for the absinthe and a couple others. There are a few hot flies buzzing around this vent. This door has a combination lock on it, is in German. Tools abandoned by some fleeing prankster, no doubt. Let's see what they left us. They left us an awl! Oh, sorry, it's not an orb. Awl is a combat item still, regardless. If you see a pointy bit of metal with a wooden handle, that's an awl, folks. Disposable ratchet, which we've seen prior, and anarchist's hardware as well. Some hobo code is scribbled onto a brick here, which we translate, and it says, try ordering stuffed pepper style. Oh, a secret menu item. I will visit that in just a second, but I'm seeing some free shoes down here, excuse me. This box says free shoes on it. You're not sure if it's an announcement or a political statement. Let's find out. It was just a regular free shoes sign. That doesn't clarify. You got an item sneakers. Shoes for sneaky business. And also tennis. Move quickly at a brisk pace. Sorry, quietly at a brisk pace. Yeah, doing some sneaking. I love it. To Hexrock Mines, side passage, Spiderwing, maintenance, access. Nothing. The Athena terminal seems to have blown a fuse. I do have a fuse, so I put that on. You hear a thump as the door's internal lock disengages. I see what's behind that door. Secret steam tunnel room. This strange looking machine seems to be broken. A nondescript looking locker. I open it and find an SIT puzzle ring. That seems important. That seems important, baby. An elaborate ring full of tiny cogs and sprockets and gears and such. Its purpose is a mystery. It is a ring slot item, right? Can I actually put it on though?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what it does. I don't know why we want it. But we kind of do, right? Get 5 extra EXP from fights, the regular SIT win. That's actually really powerful. I'm gonna put that on. So wait, was that all of doors painted shut from the inside, right? The test door, disregard. Got it. Molly, welcome. That's of course what I was gonna do! I haven't even checked in with my task list. I haven't recorded this video game in a couple of days. This is a show. My to-do, graduate from SIT to gain access to the restricted area of the library. Complete the SIT Chemicals course. Make some chrome polish in the chemistry classroom, which will complete the course. Complete the SIT Astronomy course, and if you're having trouble at college, you can always get some help at the library. We did get help at the library. We know a little bit more about how we're going to accomplish the astronomy. I just need to get back to it, frankly, and then flip it upside down.
Dan P wants you to shake down the proprietor and proprietress, whoever happened to own it at the time, of Valley Hardware, which is approximately in the location of Crystal Dream Lake.
Rufus wants you to collect 3 pounds of eggs from the fishermen that live down near the sewers beneath SIT in Ocean City.
The unusually smart rat doesn't have a voice, but does want more cheese.
Floyd wants a little cup of barbecue sauce for fish and chips.
And the jacket to the gold guy at Phi Upsilon Tower. Do I remember his voice at all?
Oh yeah, man. I think I really needed my jacket.
That sounds about right. No, that was Glordo's voice! I remember that one as well! But Glordo at Zeta Omega Omicron wants 5 cotton candies in exchange for a can of his special syrup. He said they have them at the Ocean City Boardwalk. I love that O. It's a good O! Not my native O, but it's a good O nonetheless. A massive steam-powered freezer. It's probably full of jumbo shrimp and military intelligence. Am I right? Not sure what that reference is to, unfortunately. Is this an infinite hallway? Are we looping? Is that what? Yay, I'm seeing the rat. So we absolutely are. Okay, let's make sure we get back to the restaurant before we leave here. Greenhouse access, which is barred from the other side. This is Rufus's. And then this is the combination lock. Over to the menu. This guy seems pretty content. The girl behind the counter gives you a sly, in the know kind of nod and wink. Only one table. This place is either really exclusive or really unpopular. The Pirate Restaurant Manifesto. Huh. I read it. We refuse to be stifled and shackled by the narrow definitions of sandwich imposed upon us by the man, by which we are specifically referring to Charles Chipman, owner and proprietor of the Greasy Spoon upstairs. To that end, we have taken control of this secret basement, as well as whatever ingredients we can filch and or finagle, to bring you the true taste of freedom, unfettered by hoity-toity cuisine conventions and municipal sanitation and hygiene requirements. I think hygiene's spelt wrong there. Alrighty then. The sign on the door says, restroom for employees only. I go in. You're not an employee. Sneak in anyways. Excuse me, I am an employee. No one's paying much mind, so I guess it wouldn't hurt. Nice. I just want to flush your toilets, friends! The employee responsible for cleaning the toilet has been shirking their duties. Thank you. They've been shirking their duties to flush the duties, and I get 50 experience for it. Okay, smarty pants. There's a sign over the sink that says, employees must wash hands. Since you're an employee, that means you, right? I don't wash them. But thou must! I don't wash them. But thou must! I don't wash them. Alright, I wash them. There we go, all clean and sanitary, which is extremely safe for the customers of this restaurant that you're serving food to later, during your shift. Because you work here. Whatever, widow. It's the sink in which employees must wash their hands. I love that amount of experience. I need to find more toilets. Let's talk to the girl behind the counter. Haven't seen you in here before, pal. Welcome to the finest hash house the entire underground restaurant scene has. Underground restaurant scene? That's right. You ain't a copper, are you? You gotta tell me if you are. No, I'm not a cop. Okay, copacetic. In that case, we got no beef. Got no beef anyway, because it's a fish place! Haha. Porcelain on the wall porcelain on the wall there spells out the racket. If you need an explainer, what can I get you? I place an order. Give me the forbidden frisson soda, right? Is that the one I was looking for? The illegal mixture. An illegal mixture of every flavor in the fountain. It increases your hot armor by 2, and your cold armor by 2, and your spooky armor by 2, and your stench armor by 2, and your sleaze armor by 2 until you use another potion. For 35. Fish sandwich, stuffed pepper pile. How did they want me to get mine? The stuffed pepper style increases your item drops by 20%, your meat drops by 20%. A bell pepper full of fish and cheese, baby! That says cheese. I wonder. Just like God intended. The fish sandwich of the samosa style, a foreign delight, how very cosmopolitan. I'm sure it's completely authentic to traditional recipes. Increases your moxie and mysticality by 1. That's really powerful as well. Muscle and mysticality by 1 as well. Yeah, I'm gonna take I just don't have enough to get all of the top 3 fish sandwiches as well as a forbidden frisson soda. So I'm gonna need to find a little bit more money in my inventory. What can I get rid of? I mean, first off, I'm gonna take one of each of those. I only need to free up 15 at this point. Corroded Cavalry Saber. See, in my mind, the outmoded weapons won't really have another use, but if they ever do, I will definitely need them, right? And I'm not gonna have another copy necessarily, so only things that I can get again do I ever want to really sell, like the disposable ratchet, for instance, which I will sell 3 of, immediately accomplishing my ability to get the forbidden fission soda. This one, the hobo says, try ordering stuffed pepper style, yeah. So that is the item drops by 20% and meat drops by 20% one. It does have cheese, apparently. Fish and cheese. I wonder if I should free up another 100 here so that I can actually see what's going on with that big boy. Is there any way for me to easily free up another 100? Let's sort by... price. All of these are unique and must be kept. Yeah, no way in hell I'm getting rid of almost any of these, unfortunately. Down to glob of super aloe. I can get rid of one of those, probably. Gun parts, makes any weapon into a gun, which I'll use Moxie to determine its damage. I don't think I need 2 of those. Handmade pet pill for 2 AP. That really seems important. I'm gonna get 50 for selling one of each of the previous. Luminous toothpaste. Increases your mysticality by 1 as a potion. That's not that difficult for me to get access to. And nasty goo, I'll sell 2 of those as well. Let's get the fish sandwich, stuffed pepper style, and see if the rat is up for a treat. Buddy. Oh, he has a hopeful expression, but unfortunately I have nothing to fulfill that hope. At the moment. I will soon. Someone found a warm, if not particularly luxurious, place to sleep.
Attention! Access to the Hex Rock Quarry is prohibited except with the written permission of the Geology Department, or a very good reason.
The trapdoor at the top side seems to be barred, so unfortunately I cannot use this to get up there. Spiderwing maintenance access. Also not relevant right now, so we need to get up from our sewer. Aha! After we open the manhole cover, because of course this is where I'm going to get the fishman eggs. A ladder leads down through this open manhole. I climb down. Old sewer underneath the steam tunnels. There's water here. And you have a fishing rod. Surely these things can be used together. Use fishing rod on water. You managed to something, reel something in. Hello, buddy. It's a shadow clarinet, a combat item. Actually, it might be an oboe. It's hard to tell with the endless void pouring into our world through its empty silhouette. Reduces all of an enemy's stats by 13, so that's just a boss kill item. Got some shadow grease. This has the same 8 letters as elbow grease. Same last 8 letters as elbow grease, rather. But that's where the similarities end. Increases your moxie by 1 and your item dropped by 50% until you use another potion. That's wowsy powerful. I want another of those if you can give it to me. A shadow elixir. A little vial of nothingness. Increases your muscle by 1 and your maximum HP by 11. So those are just very powerful. I need to come here every day to fish for those, I think. A steamy cabin. This is the room for an ASMR voice, I think. This fishman is doing his best impression of a crocodile. There are no fishmen at this particular pool of boiling goo, but there's a massive, horrible, slimy, wriggling golf ball-sized eggs floating in it, like the world's biggest and most awful glass of bubble tea. I could grab them with 5 hot armor, which I don't have. These two fishmen are sharing a nasty soak. They're too relaxed to worry about you being here. Good on them. The radio's playing some classy music. I hasten to agree. I feel classier just being here. This fishman is absolutely loving his bath in hot filth. Far be it from me to interrupt. Let me just get some hot armor on so that I can pull these out personally. Let me see our filters. Physical. Excuse me, I'm not looking for physical. I'm looking for the elemental armor of hot. Noting at this point that the welding gloves would give us a +1, but the accessory would give us +3 there, and I have 2 hot armor on my fireproof pants. You extract the jiggly, squishy, foul-smelling eggs and got an item in Fishman Row. It's a quest item, hundreds of lives in the palm of your hand. Disgusting, monstrous lives. Oh, excuse me, it's hard to see what else might be in there, what with all that steam and the fact that the boiling mud is not transparent. But let's find out with the cursed fishing rod. We pull up a broiled mac salmon. And put that fish in a sack. Continue fishing for a little bit more money. We get a boiled split-tail greba. Because I've been looking for one of those, of course. Since way back when. We get a steamed oligarch halibut. Looks like we've caught everything that was in there, so... Time for us to get out of the old sewer, as well as the ASMR voice. Ladder out of the nicest place. I mean, I'm just making sure neither of these vents has anything interesting for us to be holding. Just realized the missed opportunity for a joke and wanted to go back for a redo. Finest snouts, you've never been less interested in a thing. Someone mentioned, hey, the culinary teacher's dead in here. No, just sleeping. She's snoring behind her desk in the midst of the most comprehensive food coma I've ever witnessed. Phys Ed. Access is limited, makes sense. I have a lot of things that I can do in a lot of different locations, so I am kind of just puttering around at the moment, just hoping that I will stumble across one of them rather than having to deliberately choose one and go towards it. What I'm really looking for is the ability to ascend to the rooftop. Oh look! I'm gonna close that with my shadow flies and get 10 experience. Like smiles at us. Still has all of these copies of all of these things, makes sense. Nothing new. Junius Fitzgerald Technology, we know extra information about him as well. Was it through the finite hallway? I feel like it was through the finite hallway. It was not through the finite hallway. Theoretical topology lab? Liberal arts department gets us a pin up. The most locked door we've ever seen in our GD lives. Can't access the geology department. Maybe it was through spiders. Roof access! There we go! Baby! Found it! Alright. The telescope is pointed up at the stars, I point it downwards. I look in the eyepiece. Now, time for me to pull out the tools I had prepared earlier. Beautiful. Show me your secrets. Okay, that's the funniest thing I ever did see. It's a pickle. And that's the top right of the border as well. That's just A stick person? Classic magnifying glass, if I've ever seen one. Orion's magnifying glass, I think that is. This is a spiral. This is a spider. 8-legged, right? It's an arachnid at the absolute least. Just not drawing it perfectly, but enough. Okay, and down here we find a cubby, also known as a cube. I definitely don't need to draw a full cube here, right? There we go. Ooh, that actually looks surprisingly good. Good perspective on that one. All right, time for us to go and pass our course. I'm absolutely certain that's not like a new and inspectable pile of dung. No, this is where pigeons do all of their business, and I didn't have the stench armor apparently at the time. You see no reason to keep following this particular filth. Okay, apparently I did. Never mind. Back in the... where are we? Theoretical Topology Lab 3, and then I think I'm looking across and across and across to 2 for Astronomy. Hey, buddy. Oh, right. Actually, I just need to mark them off. Okay, that's not fake. That's not fake. Yes, there was the cigar. I thought that was a firework. The quadrupus, also true. The pail and bucket, absolutely. Dennis! It's just Dennis. Texas absolutely was not there. No Texas whatsoever. Fake as hell, bud. Okay, I would have the ability to remove the mark if I needed, but I don't need to. Cube. The meat. Now, I wrote Pac-Man down. Beer. Definitely wasn't there. House wasn't there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There were 12 total. Done. Oh man, do I remember your voice at all? Boy howdy. One-time characters get changing voices. That's just how it's gonna be.
What can I do for you, fellow traveler of the stars?
I'm ready for you to check my work.
All right, let's have a look.
He turns and scans the blackboard.
Yes, well done. You're a quadrupus, clearly. Here, let me sign your course transcript.
You've completed your minor. Thanks, buddy.
Are you ready to take my full astrology course? I can sense the pickle rising in you.
No, that's okay. Thanks for the offer, though.
We'll be here if you change your mind.
Not likely. Bye.
I'm, in fact, probably never going to see you again. Now, I need to still complete one more course, and that is our chemicals. The problem I'm having with the chemicals is I don't think I have enough information to actually solve it at this point. Let's just check in very quickly with the library before I leave this area, because the library will give me an additional hint about what I'm looking for the sake of the chemicals. Library. Know anything about chemicals? Try asking Janet, and then... Janet, what'd you say about chemicals? I don't remember her accent at all either as well.
Mostly just the ones concerned with digestion, but I have been visiting the chemical department before. Did you notice the bronze statue in the foyer?
Incredibly lively. Oh, bronze! Bronze, bronze. Got it. Solved it. Yeah. Well, look, we know how to melt certain or soften certain materials, right? We're looking to soften that bronze and unlock that man. A head pops out of a storm train. It must be that used textbook salesman again. There can't be too many of these guys. You haven't been buying your textbooks new, have you? I told you it's a scam. Buy used, always used. Speaking of, can I tempt you? Complicated SIT textbook. The cover of the textbook should be painted sky blue with clouds on it because it's way over your head.
That still seems very expensive. No thanks.
Look, I want it at some point. I just don't have the money for it right now. Bronze statue. Got it, got it, got it. Looking for the bronze softening material. So, mercury, lead, classic bronze softening material. That's an umbraline softening juice, apparently. Excuse me, I will flush that. What I must have meant was lead, mercury. That's a vellum straightening juice. Absolutely don't need that. Mercury, lead, lead, lead. I should probably follow through in some sort of pattern, right? So, mercury, mercury, lead, lead. Is Bologna purifying? No. Mercury, 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 lead. Is Bologna softening? I can't even get a copper mix yet. Let's go lead, lead, mercury, mercury. Asbestos bleaching juice? No. Lead, 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 mercury. Asbestos straightening juice? No. Try again. Lead, mercury, mercury, mercury. Vellum bleaching juice. I'm feeling like I'm not getting all the way to copper at any point. Mercury, 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 mercury. Bologna. Lead, 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 lead. Asbestos purifying. That's not going to help us either. How would I solve this copper man? Mercury, lead, lead, mercury. Brilliant straightening. No, that's not going to help. Lead, mercury, mercury, lead. Vellum softening, which was what I was looking for. The book is already as soft as can usably be. We don't get in the melty territory. Man. It's only like 16 different combinations there can be, right? But I haven't even run into one that has copper as a part of it. 2, 2, 2, 1. Asbestos straightening. 2, 2, 1, 2. Asbestos softening. I'm gonna leave. Third hopper is supposed to contain arsenic. I think really what I'm gonna need is some source of arsenic first as well. This isn't helping. I have no possible clue what could even be referred to by that. Any idea where I can find some arsenic?
Oh no! Are we arsenic to have an answer?
Yeah, the hopper's empty.
Well, that's not to do it. Professor Gilbert would our records to be checking a moment.
They pull out a binder labeled Very Poisons log and flip to the back.
Aha! It's the creatures again.
The what now?
Living creatures, a student. Very much an arsenic fan. For some reason. Maybe is any left to be having, and you are going to end asking? His house address is here. Hilbert House, room 3A.
Hilbert House? Where's that?
It will be better if Professor Gilbert just to be marking it on your map.
Location unlocked, Hilbert House. Thanks, buddy! I'll make my way there hastily. Thank you for the additional location, if nothing else. You wander into a science lab and see that someone's left some kind of experimental magical reactor running unattended. Maybe they realized it was in the process of explosively overloading and ran away. Maybe you should follow their example. I inspect the reactor just in case, though. You inspect the reactor carefully and discover the problem. It's being powered by electrically overcharged will-o'-the-wisps, and the field that contains them isn't running at full power due to some faulty soldering in the control circuits. It seems improbable to you that you would know this that you would know enough about all this stuff to figure that out, but just assume it was written in a notebook someone left on the table. I failed to fix the reactor. You have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Still, in your desperate fiddling with the device, you manage to open it and release the irradiated wisps that were locked inside. This is bad, but it's better than the reactor exploding and blowing up half the building. Better for everyone except you, anyway. I fight the wisps. That can't be a problem, right? They're immune to bleeding and poison. That's not something I do. Get him. I'm absolutely gonna give you some call for backup in order to get a little bit of extra damage out of my friend right there. Let's use a Sax of Violence to even throw 21 cold damage against the Sinister Vapor in the back line, taking it out immediately. Yeah, sure, you dealt some damage to my party, but then you died. I get 16 experience and unidentified chemicals, as well as loose radiation, which is a potion. If you knew more about physics, you'd know how many rads of radiation this is. And if it was 70 years from now, you'd tell all of your friends about how rad it is. Increase your mysticality by 1 and your damage of your magical weapons by 2. Welcome back. Well, not welcome back to the Hilbert House. Welcome to the Hilbert House. This just looks similar to one of the campuses we've been to previously. 3A is what I'm looking for. Although, I will check every room, of course. That's how games is. That's a dude with the bats. That's a bats. I could put on some spooky armor before I talk to them, in case it's combat. The pillow is adhered to the bed with some substance that you rather not identify. Before I do that, well, actually, I may only have the sleeves armor for it because of my pants. Good! There's something under here. You'd hate to have gone through that for nothing. You got an item, the mechanical calculator. This is a mechanical calculator, as distinct from an organic calculator, which is just what a person who does arithmetic for money. Which is just a person who does arithmetic for money, rather. Time has stripped this nightstand of both beauty and its contents. College kids sure do have an interesting taste in art. Records school. I take that poster and get a rolled up poster. It's a room item, right? Hang it up in your room, yeah. This is one of those weird Dada posters from one of the Hilbert house dorm rooms. These books are sorted according to some convoluted Byzantine system. That's going to be the Dewey Decimal System, 100%. 100%. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong and you'll be wrong. I put on Ciabatta's pants. You decode the system and use the newfound knowledge to find the self's single interesting book, The Advanced Vascular Anatomy. This textbook is a comprehensive atlas of the human circulatory system. It even lists out all of the campgrounds for white blood cells. That's a max HP perk. Read. The book is full of diagrams of veins and arteries and a third kind of blood vessel you didn't even know about until now. So veins take blood back to the heart, and arteries take blood out of the heart. The third kind of blood vessel also exists. Oh yeah. You've already learned everything you can from this book. Okay, so here's what I think has happened, right? The guy sells us any of the books that we have not yet gotten, randomly. So maybe I can just sell this one, right? You've already learned everything you can, yeah. Absolutely. There's a fire ant farm on this desk. That seems pretty dangerous. It does, but it's also deeply engrossing. Neato. Oh, great. Some math major left his pet maths in here while he went on break, and no one's fed them. Look at all that maths. Oh, I'll come back and deal damage to that in just a moment. I'm looking for some spooky armor so that I can whop some sense into these vampires. In terms of spooky armor, well, I mean, realistically, let's look at maximizing our spooky armor in any way possible, right? Elemental, spook. Creepy locket. 3 spooky armor from our accessory seems like a really good idea. So does the hat of 3 spooky armor. At that point, I honestly don't really feel intimidated anymore by them. It seems like these vampires probably aren't legitimate students. I fight them because of it. Excuse me, that's physical damage you intend to deal? Feral vampire intends to claw Maurice the mosquito. There's 13 physical damage being dealt by the vampire in bat form, but it's to Molly, unfortunately. Wow. Thankfully, no one is immune to cold damage, so it's not going to be a problem whatsoever. I'm going to use the cap knee on the feral vampire there, lowering the amount of damage that it's going to try and deal, and in fact, getting it killed before its turn even begins. Let's roll out something along the lines of... don't need to make everyone dumber in any way. Yeah, I'm gonna release a piano on this front liner. I'm gonna increase my own moxie by 3. And the reason I'm doing that is because I can kill the back liner immediately in a single action, and it doesn't really make sense to leave this guy here just powerful when he can just die easily in the next round. You won! The horrible dorm room is now safe for disgusting undergrads again. You get 15 experience as well as a Polo Diavola. That is a... during the Cola Wars, there were posters all over the place warning our servicemen about the dangers of Devil's Chicken. Increasing your damage by 4 on magical weapon attacks. And the Binder Clip, a combat item that increases a target's stench armor by 5 in combat. That's pretty important. These are designed to hold sheaves of important grown-up documents together, but I'm sure you'll come up with some other dumb way to use it. I intend to. I will find the dumbest way to use it. Time to check out 1B. The nightstand looks really elegant. I check the drawer. It's empty, which is, you suppose, also a kind of elegance. This student must have brought their own fancy bed from home. I take this poster as well. The radio is very broken. I repair it with fine mysticality. It turns out it's pretty comprehensively busted. You do, however, salvage a good fuse from it. This desk has collapsed under the weight of academic pressure. I feel that desk. 1C was the one with fire ants that we checked previously. Okay, and then math. I mean, I don't think spooky damage is going to be dealt to me by the math DBH. We'll generate an extra AP per round. My max AP is only 2 though, so that's not really going to help us. Cold armor? You know what? Yeah, maybe it's cold armor that I have to deal with in this. I don't know. I know that I probably still care about the... You know what? I'm gonna go for the 25% to the different drops there. Yeah, because I don't think I ultimately do need an extra spooky armor or an extra hot armor or any of those here. I find them. Prime Mover intends to set all combatant stats to random prime numbers. Okay, must not let you attack. Congruence Cascade intends to attack Molly Buttons for 10 physical and increase its own muscle by 3, and then the Fraction Cloud intends to reduce my HP by 1/3. Okay, so Prime Mover ideally will die, and does indeed. I don't want them messing with any of my statistics. Those are mine. I'm gonna call for backup, get Maurice to take a couple more swings. Thank you, Marchley. Then I'm going to use a Orchestra Strike to take out the Fraction Cloud, dealing 5 damage to it individually, and then follow up with a weapon attack against the Congruence Cascade to end the fight, getting 16 experience as well as some loose integers, a handful of digits, and another binder clip. Really? I don't even get to loot the rest of this disgusting room? But there could have been such treasures in here. There aren't, evidently, but there could have been. Boomy. What? Buddy? What? This is a puzzle. This is a puzzle? You're a puzzle? That's Gideon. I looked at that. I looked at the turtle and I was like, oh, that looks like Gideon. Excuse me? Gideon? His name's William? Gideon the Finch, got it. Turtle. I think I'm gonna see a bunch of pictures of things ultimately across this entire house, and I'm gonna need to wear all of them, right? And that one on the left is clearly the Fop Bum Egg ring, which I have. I'm ready to Fop the mug. There we go. 35 me to combat. Really know the full trigger conditions of this. Should I use the Fop Bum Egg in this fight, maybe? Let's see if that does anything. I'm gonna reduce the strength of the feral vampire. Looks like Molly is gonna bleed out before her next turn, unfortunately. I don't actually need backup right now. In fact, backup won't really help me even. Okay, if I go Sax of Violence and then a Orchestra Strike, I can take out 1 and take out the Diabolist next turn. Got him! And get a Mobius cookie. A moment on the lips, an eternity on the hips. Increases the damage of your magical weapons attacks by 4. You won! This horrible dorm room is safe for disgusting undergrads once again. Unfortunately, again, not really changing anything about the state of this room, really. It's not explorable or anything like that. I don't think wearing that ring helped us here either. Field Flays. Don't get it. I take the poster, however, time has stripped the nightstand of all its beauty. This bookshelf contains 100 different editions of a book you read once and hated. What if I like one of the editions of it? The desk has collapsed under the weight of a steaming pile of rocks. I grab some rock samples, psychogeologist, phlogistic resin, and 5 experience pop out. due to our careful extraction. Brunt drone. If I hang up all these posters, they're gonna say something across, right? Maybe. This bed is a ghost? I will stop being afraid of it with my spooky armor. Crystal skull necklace makes sense. Spooky armor. You steel your nerves and stare the ghost down until it stops acting like a ghost and starts acting like a bed. You gain 15 experience. The sink is unnaturally clean. It's self-cleaning. It licks itself. Wait, did it? Hang on. Oh, it sparkles. The books on this shelf were all about how to destroy bookshelves. Very good books, as it turns out. There's a first aid kit on this desk, but the latch is really complicated. I work it out with ease. 6 moxie'll do that. Your deft fingers make short work of the dangerously complex mechanism, getting a rhino bomb and a gauze pad for our efforts. I'm gonna finish out the rest of this floor, but I'm gonna leave the final floor of the Hilbert house for the start of the next episode. So let's kill this math. Good work, Gideon. I really need to change you back to Maurice the Mosquito, and your name is also not Gideon, it's William, right? There's our AoE damage setup. There's no prime movement for me, thank you muchly. We get some loose integers as well as the SIT sports letter. It's an accessory, hell yeah. By wearing this, you can pretend to have gotten some sort of a sports accolade. But what if someone asks one follow-up question and I immediately collapse, implode in stress? Hey, I'm just saying, it will happen, so I need to be prepared for the eventuality. We stand now here at Hilbert Hall Floor 3, ready to go to, I think it was 3A? In order to try and get back some arsenic to complete our course. And, in fact, courses, our final course. But that, of course, will happen at the start of the next episode. Until then, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Shadows Over Loathing. Series playlist is up in the top left, YouTube recommendation down below. These episodes are coming out daily at the same time every single day until the series is done. Set your clocks to it. And I'll catch you next time.